Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and in today's video I'm playing in my favorite tier 9.5 destroyer. Yes, that's right. To start off the new year, I'm back in the Fighting Fletcher. If you're watching this video on the day that it's uploaded, I'd love to wish you a very happy new year. Now, as the battle gets underway, it is trap, it is domination mode, and I am not alone here. I am divvied up with my fellow clanmate, Bullet McQueen, and both of us are playing in my favorite ship. We are both in the Fletcher. And if you know any of my content, you'll know that if there's one thing scarier than me in the Fletcher, it's going to be me in the Fletcher with a div mate in the Fletcher, who also knows how to play this ship and plays it nearly as well as I do. You might be wondering, why do I love this ship so much? Why not go after the Gearing or some of the other ships? Well, the answer is, this ship just has everything that I'm looking for. It's a very, very good, well-rounded destroyer. 10.5 kilometer torpedoes that reload lightning fast. 81-second reload on these torpedoes if you've spec'd your captain and the modules for it. 3-second gun reload. Survivability expert gives you 20,000 HP to play with. You're fairly fast, you're fairly maneuverable, you're not wide, you don't tend to drift too much, so there's just all sorts of things that can be done with the ship. You can play it as a stealth torp boat, but you can also play it as a heavy, fast, and engaging gunboat as well, where you can do what I do and play it both. Now, pushing into the B cap point here with my div mate, because there's two of us in here, we are going to start capturing this location fairly quickly. We are in the process of taking the C cap point as well, but you can see there, enemy Fletcher has popped up, and so our friendly destroyer over at the C cap point needs to get himself moving on out of here. Capture the B cap point there with the assistance of my div mate, so that's going to give my team an early points advantage here, and that's something I always say. Remember that caps and getting those early points advantages is always a big thing. The team that gets those points advantages, especially early on, usually has the advantage of being able to go on to weather losing ships early on. Speaking of weathering losing ships early on here, Bullet McQueen is being detected. I'm not sure exactly what's spotting him, but he is being spotted, so they are shooting at him. Now, enemy mass has popped up here. He's popping a smoke screen. Not really going to do him very good because we've got a radar cruiser back behind there, and that radar cruiser is going to highlight him, at least briefly. Now, I pop a smoke screen, lay a nice long smoke trail. That's partly to help my div mate so that he can get back behind it and drop off detectability, but it's also to partly help me so that I can engage. There's the radar that I was looking for to keep this guy spotted, and so now he is sitting in his smoke screen, but you'll notice he's sitting broadside on, and this is going to be a serious concern for me as I start backing up. I always say never stand still in a smoke screen, but there is one thing that you do need to be careful of here, and that is going to be torpedoes. So here they come, pop the engine boost, get going the other direction, just barely dodge that one torpedo. That would have been really, really annoying early on in the game. Not enough to kill me, though. And this is one of the reasons why I always say take that survivability expert skill on your captain skill if you're playing in destroyers, because the chances of you surviving a direct impact from a torpedo, even from the Fletcher itself, exponentially increase if it hits you in the bow or the stern, and allows you just a little bit of breathing room to survive. Now, my team takes the early advantage there, killing that mass, securing a first blood there, plus we have managed to drive the enemy destroyers out of sea. So that's going to give my team not only a points advantage from killing the first ship, but even more of a points advantage for having both the B and C cap point. The enemy team secured the A cap point, but you'll notice there's nobody on my team down at the A cap point. We literally have just abandoned that location. And this is kind of a good thing for my team. And it's a good thing for my team because it means we're all much more heavily concentrated at C and B, which means the ships that went to A aren't going to have anything to shoot at, and the ships that went to sea on the enemy team, well, they're going to have to deal with all of us down here. There's still 2 Fletchers here at the B cap point, and realistically, all my div mate and I are going to do is, for the most part, kind of just sit here in and around the B cap point and try and prevent the enemy, all of the cruisers and some of the destroyers, from coming down here and grabbing it. Now, we know there's an enemy Fletcher up here, and as I push up, there's the enemy Fletcher. He got detected a little bit further out, so I'm not sure if he's got the concealment expert module or what, but that's alright. Firing off torpedoes here, you never know, might hit him, but it looks like he's going to turn in. That's okay. Definitely have more health than him. Plus, I've got backup in the form of a battleship and my div mate back there. So, basically, this guy, well, he's going to get shot at by everybody. Secure my first kill in the game. He did dodge all of my torpedoes, but my torpedoes are still on track to go into that smoke screen. And we know that there's somebody sitting in that smoke screen, probably a British light cruiser sitting in that smoke screen. And it would be wonderful if I could hit him, because, of course, I always love killing British light cruisers. Enemy Gneisenau, though, he is pushing up there, and if he keeps going the way he's going, well, my torpedoes might just hit him as well. And it also looks like friendly Akazuki's got torpedoes out as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead, pop my smoke screen, start opening up here. I've pushed into the C cap point. My div mate's still at the B cap point. We're not too far apart from each other, but mostly what I want to do here is I just want to start getting these shots off. I'm just trying to do damage here. The enemy team has managed to kill one of our cruisers, but again, because we had the cap's advantage, and because we've now killed 3 of their ships, including 2 of their destroyers and a battleship, we are up on points. And with the death of that Gneisenau, the C cap point is no longer being contested. Enemy team goes on to kill yet another one of our ships, but again, we still have this advantage here. Now, looking at the situation, there's not much here at the C cap point that the enemy team is going to be able to do. They've got a couple of battleships and they have a cruiser back over here, but looking at the map situation, we've got a lot back over here. We don't need to be over here. Enemy team still has 1 destroyer left. My team definitely has the destroyer advantage. I've still got most of my health left, and I think my div mate also has a good chunk of his health left as well. So if we need to, we can be a little more aggressive in pushing up and causing problems for the enemy. And so that's what I'm going to do. I get 2 sets of torpedoes off towards that cruiser there, hopefully, or that battleship there. Hopefully I'll be able to hit him and kill him. Always love hitting and killing battleships with my torpedoes. But in the meantime, I'm going to turn around and head back to the B cap point. Because, well, like I said, my div mate needs help and support down there. Div mate manages to take out the Neptune with some armor piercing there. Never a good idea if you're in a British light cruiser to sit broadside to an American destroyer at those kinds of ranges. With the Neptune dead, that's 1 less ship that I have to worry about. But as I push up here, I do have a couple of ships that I need to be concerned about. I got 2 Iowas and an Izumo, and I am being detected. Since I'm being detected by radar and the Izumo's closing in anyway, he knows I'm here, so I'm going to go ahead, open up on him. Managed to set a fire, switch my fire focus over to the Iowa. Going to try and set him on fire. No need to keep trying to set fires on the Izumo so that he'll put it out just yet. I'd like him to burn down. Fire off my first set of torpedoes. Second set of torpedoes will be up here shortly. But here come shots in from the Izumo, and here come more shots in. Not sure if those were from the Iowa or somebody else, but as you can see, a serious problem if they had hit me. Izumo's now trying to maneuver hard. Those shots come in there. They do hit me. Do manage to hit the Izumo with 2 torpedoes. He's still burning, but I expect him to put that out any second now. Fire off my second set of torpedoes. Just dodged the shots coming in from the Buffalo there. And now I'm going to push up back behind this island and hopefully get out of the way. There's 2 more torpedo hits, finishing off the enemy Izumo for my second kill. There is the enemy Iowa. Now, I pop a smoke screen here. I am just behind this island. This Iowa knows that I'm here. My guns just barely being able to clear this island to get over there. Torpedoes actually managed to go and connect on the other enemy ship there. The other enemy cruiser, the Buffalo, takes 2 torpedo hits from me. Of course, he's going to put out the flooding right away. There's torpedoes in from my div mate, who's actually gone down to A, and he's going to start taking A. So good on him for getting down there. Deny the enemy any caps at all to prevent them from getting points, especially if they're unable to secure more kills. Now, speaking of securing more kills, I've got an enemy Buffalo pushing up here. Tier 9 American heavy cruiser. His guns can't hurt me. I've got about half my health left here, but I am sitting behind an island. So long as he doesn't radar me, and so long as somebody else isn't behind me to shoot at me, I should be okay. But look at the minimap situation. There is somebody back behind me, but just barely. So the question is this cruiser going to be able to get into a position to shoot me, or is one of his teammates going to be able to? Well, he is going to get shots off at me. They are going to clear the island. He doesn't manage to connect a lot of damage on me. I did manage to set him on fire, but he's a cruiser, so he'll probably put that fire out sooner rather than later. In the meantime, I am being detected by his radar, so anybody who's behind me is going to be able to shoot at me, and there's the shooting that I was expecting. That's going to be from the Fiji. Really annoyed by that. Luckily enough, though, Buffalo gets taken out by the non-squay, and there goes all of the radar. Enemy team now down to just 3 ships. They're down to an Udaloy, this Fiji, and 1 battleship. Now I fire off torpedoes, hoping I'm going to hit that battleship based on where he was headed, and I'm going to try and get myself back down and around and see if it's possible to try and catch this Fiji off guard. Maybe this Fiji looked like he was going to turn hard, come around this island, try and get some torpedoes through my smoke screen there. He did lay a smoke screen that is going to be used by the enemy battleship, provided he can get up into it. There's the Fiji. Nope, Fiji's going the opposite direction. There's the Iowa. There's the battleship. Hopefully, he'll keep going. My torpedoes look like they're right on the mark for him. Maybe a little too much lead there. Kind of disappointed that I didn't get more damage done on that. But looking at the situation, there's the torpedoes from the Fiji that I kind of suspected might be headed my way. But looking at the situation, the enemy team really doesn't have much recourse here. Now, my team is handling the Iowa. The Iowa is concentrated there. My div mate is engaging the Fiji. You'll notice, though, that he's firing armor piercing at the Fiji. I have switched the armor piercing because the Fiji is broadside. And at these kinds of ranges, as the Fiji comes around that island, the armor piercing is going to hit and is going to cause problems. But, of course, he is now turning. He's turning away. So these shots are going to start bouncing more. But there it is. Friendly div mate in the Fletcher takes out the Fiji for his kill as well. So 3 kills total for me, about 125,000 damage, 2 kills total for my div mate, plus base caps, base defender ribbons there. I only got 1 assist captain. I know he got a full base capture by going to A. The enemy Udaloy is somewhere off in the corner and completely out of the game as we secure victory. Again, 125,000 damage done there, 6 torpedo hits, 3 kills, 4 base defender ribbons, only 1 base capture assist. Overall, though, a very good game, and with the support of my div mate in the Fletcher. 2 Fletchers who know what they're doing, know how to support each other, and more importantly, know when to go ahead and leave, break away, and come back. With the security that your div mate is going to know what they're doing, very useful. Top of the team for XP earned, 2,200 base XP. Div mate, second on the team for XP earned at 1,900 base XP. Look at that. Top 2. You know it was going to be good. It's a dual Fletcher thing. Nobody on the enemy team managed to even break 1,000. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. Once again, I'd love to wish you a happy new year. I hope it was wonderful for you, and hope this new year goes well for everybody. Everything goes right this year for us. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you got a replay like this one that you'd like to have me take a look at or see featured on my channel, you can do so by sending it to my email. If you'd like to watch me play various games live, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.